So, message, elevator pitch. Again, you guys, a lot of you know what this is, so I won't spend too much time on it, but just who you are, what you're doing, why are you here, what do you deliver, right? Few keys. Inform first, right? You're there to inform the people. They want to learn, tell them what you're doing. Why is it important? What difference are you making? Informal meetings come with documents that you need to support your claims and to talk to the investors or whoever it is that you're meeting. But make sure you've got the documents that you need to support your claims. Don't be too salesy. Inform the people and just leave them with a hook at the end, right? Tell them at the end why it is that they should be interested and want to meet you for more. Again, the whole point of the elevator pitch is not to secure the investment itself. It's to secure a meeting later where you can go into more detail about this kind of thing. Oh, right, I almost forgot. So if anyone wants to leave me their contact info, I can send you a couple of exercises on how to cultivate your elevator pitch, what to practice, what to do, what not to do. I'll happily send that to you later on this week. Hopefully the sound will work a little better on this one. And this will be the last thing on elevator pitches for today.
My name is Anthony Wardich, founder of 7 startups and advisor to Leading More. Join me as I coach founders by answering the toughest questions about how to start and scale your businesses. I want you to think about an elevator pitch and how it's usually done. An angel or a venture capitalist or a serial entrepreneur is speaking, they step off the podium, and they're surrounded by 20 people. And I can tell you that they want to take the time, I want to take the time, to listen to every single business plan, every single business idea. But because of the number of people, there's really only time for 30 or 60 seconds per person. And while I'd like to tell you that I remember what everyone tells me, it's usually just 1 or 2 that stand above the crowd. Most people don't share their idea in a way that a layperson can understand. Most people don't assume that the knowledge base of their listener isn't equal to theirs. And as a result, they don't explain things the way they would if they were explaining it to their 90-year-old grandma. But that's how you should explain it. Describe the product with exceeding simplicity. And when you're done, tell me how big an opportunity it is. Tell me how many billions or millions of dollars are spent in the space. And that's why I should care about what you're doing. It's rare that an entrepreneur can articulate in short form why I should care. Why the market is so big and it's so demonstrably big that this business is worth learning more about. You can do that by simply saying how big the space will be, how many billions or millions of dollars are expected to be spent in the space, and the promise of your business within that area. If you have some momentum, in a sentence or 2, tell me why your company is poised to win. That's it. If you do those 3 things, you will stand above the other people that are also trying to describe their ideas. And remember, the goal is not to solicit an investment in 30 to 60 seconds. The goal is to solicit a follow-up meeting. And you can do that if your idea sparks the imagination of your listener.
So, pretty well said, I think. There's it's easy to say, not that easy to do. This is the part here. So those of you who are exhibiting, do you know that you have a page on the CES website?
Yeah.
Does anyone else know that you have a page on the CES website? I mean, share this, right? Share this everywhere you can. Do you guys know about the CES app? So it's actually not quite ready yet. It's going to come out, I think, end of the month or beginning of December. But you'll need that, right? Because it's so busy and confusing to navigate your way around, make appointments and things like that. And this call to action connects with the same sort of agenda program for CES. So do yourselves a favor. Put the link to this everywhere you can. Put it on your social media, put it on your website. Just, tell your friends. Maybe even give people some kind of an incentive to click on this, right? Like everyone who makes a meeting before December 30th is in a draw to win an iPad or something. I mean, iPad maybe is redundant at CES, but you get the idea. Give them an incentive. to click and to come and see you guys, right? Encourage them to do so. So visuals. I couldn't think of a better word to describe CES than cray-cray. This is not my typical business vocabulary, but it's madness, right? These shows are crazy. People are on the floor at 8 a.m., parties go till 2, 3, who knows what time. It's a grind. You've got to use whatever means you can to be memorable. We talked earlier about what you wear, right? That falls under the visual component, especially for those of you who are going to be roaming around on the floor. Remember, you wear something branded, but remember you're probably going to have a lanyard on here, so maybe you don't have your logo right in the center. Have something to hand out, like little, whatever, postcard-sized things that have links on them or something, right? Just give people something to remember you by. Your business card is important, but this is a show all about innovation, right? You guys are all innovators. You've got to have some kind of way to be memorable, for people to think, oh yeah, that was a cool idea. Even have swag or gifts, right? Like people, at these conferences, they give out pens, hats, whatever. Just make sure that when people come home from Vegas, they dump their bag out on their desk of all the stuff that they picked up. Make sure your brand is in there somewhere. Anyway, and you want to use visuals to tell your story however possible, including data visualization. So I don't know what data you guys might have that can support your, business plans. This is just one quick example. So here they're talking about the 2 big dives in employment in these 4 industries, right? But there's hidden data right here, right? For example, the red line seems pretty steady. So, when you look at data, people can sometimes see different things. This is complaining about the 2 big crashes in employment, but if I'm a recruiter in health or in education, I'm going to point to this same data and say, hey, look at how great our industry is. Or if I'm in health tech and I'm looking for investment, I'm going to say, look, we're steady, even through these big crashes, you should invest in us. So start thinking about ways that what data you have available that you can show people that, will encourage them to have confidence in you guys going forward. You don't always need a bunch of data, though. This is an email that I made for Lavisoft like last year. It goes to people, obviously, whose subscription. Lavisoft makes this antivirus product. Adware. People whose subscription expires in 25 days get this email. That email existed before, but I put this visual on it, right? There's 3 big things. Big red, expires in 25 days, okay? The end is near, ooh, it's dark and scary, I better do something about this. Luckily, I have the big green save button right here, and it's 25% off too. This email was the same, it was the same special, it was the same offer before I changed it. Sales were up 4,600% versus what it was before. Only the visual changed. So even if you don't have data, have some kind of visual aid. It really makes all the difference. It just makes information so much easier to consume and easier to remember. Now, you've perfected your message. Your visual aids are stunning. But if you get to Vegas, you don't nail the delivery, it's all for nothing. So, you want to make sure that the perception of you is as good as it can be. Maybe don't wear brown. Anyway, when you get to these things, you got to remember also that you are your brand, right? You're not you. So if someone is asking tough questions or if they're critical, remain confident. They're not being critical of you. They just want to know, what the plan is, if you have contingency plans about your brand. It's easy, especially if you talk to like 100, 150 people in a day. It's easy to kind of get put off, get discouraged, just you're tired. Just keep your cool, remain confident, talk to people, engage with them, right? Listen to what their questions are. Ask questions back, react to them, smile. I mean, smiling sounds like a simple thing, but you've got to make these people think there's nowhere else in the world you'd rather be right now than telling them about your business. Because again, you're not you are the business. So the delivery, is really important. Try to find commonality as well. That helps build relationships, right? Find things you can both say yes to. Influencers. Will there be celebrities at the show? Probably. Who knows if you can get to talk to any of them? This one's for you, Ari. Can you connect with big CEOs? I know, for example, the CEO of Nissan is going to be there speaking. I think Nissan probably buys a lot of speakers. Are you going to be able to sell them speakers next year? Probably not. But he won't be there alone. You could probably find out how to contact procurement, find out what their standards are, find out all the kind of things they need to sort of get that process in motion over the long term. Tech bloggers, media, this is important because you guys need what's called external validation. We'll talk about that in a minute. So you've got to start thinking of ways to get these people talking about your brand. What is the story that you can have someone be telling about?